Hey everybody, it's Truth again. Excuse me. Alright. Question is for Keelime. Asked me what my ideas of, or my ideas on duality. Now, his question for clarification is what my idea of people who deal with uber highs and then have uber lows and how they deal with them. And first, I'm just going to clarify what duality is because a lot of people get them confused with other things. Duality is living people or things that have two halves that are in one whole. It's actually used. The term is actually used a lot in physics rather than in the metaphoric spiritual concept. But that's where the term comes from. Is physics duality. So it's two halves or two opposites in one whole. Second of all, a lot of people get it confused with dualism, which is a spiritual, philosophical way of thinking. It's mind versus matter. That things that are thought of the mind actually influence matter and vice versa. So that's a whole different thing. And third of all is karma. People think of duality as in karma as well, which is a whole different subject. And I'm gonna do another one about that after this one about karma. Anyways, duality in this sense, in this question, is how we get affected by the best moments in our life, how we, just joyous and the day's going great, everything's going well, and then, 15 minutes later something happens that just spins out of control and you're just, bottomless pit of nothing and everything just seems to cascade from there where you're just, nothing's going right and you feel like the world's crashing down on you and everybody hates you and la 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 la, the mood, right? Well, that's duality. It's one extreme to another. A lot of people call it bipolar, but that's actually a medical condition. But it's that same sense of letting your life be dictated by events, how you feel about today, about tomorrow, about next year, about events that happen in your life, rather than living your life for today and letting those dictate how you feel. So basically what my views on it are is that everyone's gonna have highs and lows. It's part of life. I have a problem dealing with the same concept that we're talking about now. I have times where, absolutely ecstatic, like everything's going great, I'm having a great day, I'm one of those people who sings at work on a Monday. That's me. And then by the end of the day, I'm just like, some one person said something or, one thing went wrong, and then I just feel like, what the hell? What just happened? But in my sense of balance, right? Where, yes, I have highs and lows, but I have this balance where those things don't affect my overall life. They might affect my mood for that moment, but then I remember what is actually happening, what the world has to offer, and what actual consequence that particular thing might have. Because oftentimes, it's not even important, it's not relevant, it's a brief second, but people live like that. People do drugs for that reason. They need to feed off serotonin levels, they do drugs to get that ultimate high, and then they crash. They just crash because they just can't live in a balanced way. They gotta have it one way or the other, and they take it one extreme and then they can't find that balance. So that's pretty much what it is for me anyways, is finding a balance. And the best way to find a balance in your life is to think about, to meditate, I guess, is the best way to put that, thinking about, the grand scheme of things rather than just a little pinhole of that day or that situation. Every situation has a silver lining. That's how I, live my life. And I can honestly say I don't regret anything I've done. How Honestly, how can you? You can't regret anything you've done. What you've done now has dictated or what you did before has dictated where you are now, where you're going to be. Those are decisions you made, whether they be good or bad, but where you are right now today is because of things that have happened in your past. Now, you might not be in a good place right now. You might think your life sucks. You might think, I have no friends, I have no family, or, everybody hates me. I walk down the street, people look at me, whatever. Who knows, right? Yeah, that might very well be you, but at the same sense, you gotta think, yeah, that might be me. That might be that. I might be like that, but you're not the only one, right? You gotta think of it that way. We're all interconnected. You're not the only one. You're not the only one having a bad day. Heck, if you knew all my past, if you knew what happened to me, you'd be like, really? Wow, and she's got such a great attitude. My attitude sucks, okay? But my mind doesn't. And that's what happens, is you gotta think about what's going on in your life and deal with it that way, and be grateful for the smallest things. Usually that's how it starts. Start with the smallest thing. For me, the smallest thing that I started working on to get better at the way I am was a bird. Not even kidding. It was a bird. They would fly outside, free-spirited, didn't care what was going on. They don't care. They run into windows, for God's sake, and die. Just flying around, and they just die. Their life sucks. But they're singing. They're happy. They're floating around, You see those blackbirds that fly all together in those different shapes and stuff, like, that's beautiful. And that's the smallest insignificant creature, I think, that we have. I don't even know, what do birds do? Eat bugs, maybe? I think that's it, to be honest. Like a sparrow, what the heck does that do? Or chickadee. They eat bugs, that's all I got. And they make songs, and some of them are annoying at 4 o'clock in the morning. But birds, right? Find something small. Find something small that you can look at and go, you know what, that's pretty cool. Find out what you can about it. Some people, it's the stars. Like, for me, that's not small, that's huge, but that's a different topic. But find something small and balance your life around something small and move on. But I've rambled on. Anyways, so to answer Keelime's question, I think people just have a hard time dealing with the greater scheme of things because they concentrate so much on what's happening right now. And for something that's good, live your life to the fullest, live each day like it's your last, it's great. But you can't live your life based on events or feelings that are right now, because they're fleeting, they're momentary, they're gonna go. You gotta think, best thing I can say, think about something small and think about other people. Do you know how much better your life will be if you think about how what you're doing impacts that person that's in front of you, even if you don't know them, right? Even if you don't know them. And that brings us to karma, and that'll be the next video. So if that doesn't answer your question, ask me again, I'll clarify. And again, if anyone ever needs someone to talk to, feel free to email me. I'm good to go with sharing my stuff too, if you need to hear it. Anyways, love you all, and watch the next one.